Welcome to the Tuckcast with a splash of bourbon, presented by Tuckasegee Fly Shop and Guide Service. Tuckasegee Fly Shop and Guide Service has 3 convenient locations to serve you: 3 Depot Street, Bryson City, North Carolina; 530 West Main Street, Selva, North Carolina; and 110 Depot Street, Waynesville, North Carolina. Tuckasegee Fly Shop and Guide Service is your #1 stop prior after your epic fly fishing adventure in western North Carolina. Tuckasegee Fly Shop and Guide Service proudly carries some of the industry-leading brands and a huge selection of flies and streamer. Check out tuckflyshop.com for stream flow information, book a lesson or guided trip, or even shop for your favorite Tuckasegee Fly Shop gear. Follow the crew on Facebook at Tuckasegee Fly Shop, Instagram at Tuck Fly Shop, and on YouTube at Tuckasegee Fly Shop. Here in our Silva Shop today, we have Bobby the Bearded Wonder Bennett, Coach Dale Diesel Collins, Justin the Grill Master Pilot, and I'm your host, Shannon Big Mess Messer.
Did you say grill or girl?
Grill Master.
I mean, I just, both is fine. You
Hey.
man, Justin.
Grill Master.
Grill Master.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
If I said Grill Master, I'm sorry, but I said grill as like smoked mac and cheese and stuff and
Brisket.
spatchcock turkeys.
What?
Spatchcock,
Did you say?
spatchcock
All right,
turkeys.
Oh, God.
It's a cooking method, for Pete's sakes.
Oh, goodness.
Season 4 is off to a fantastic start.
It's a new year,
Yes.
2020.
How many times have you had to write 23 on anything yet?
I only like 5 times. Usually I have to write it more, but
I think I did it once the other day.
yeah.
I have to write 23 on something every day
Do you?
Yeah.
Like what?
when I do the closing sheets.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Well, it's
Closing
not
the
every
door?
day,
Yeah.
because you don't work every day.
Well, every day I work.
There you go.
Every day I work, I have to write it.
So far, I have not messed up and put 22.
Same.
Except for on all those documents you signed yesterday.
No. I made sure.
The closing office.
I made sure. We do not mess this up, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, man. Well, good deal. How's everybody doing? New year? Last time we did this was before Christmas, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or
like the middle of December.
sometime there. So
Yep,
good
absolutely.
to sit down and pound out another one and
Yeah.
talk
So-
about a few goodies.
Right. So I think let's let everybody know this is kind of a test setup here.
Something.
If you're listening, you wouldn't know it.
If you're listening, you would not know. If you're trying to watch this, and if it makes it up to YouTube, this is a trial and error.
It's going to. Have
It-
faith.
All right. So the Grill Master says once it's up on YouTube, you're going to see it different. So just kind of bear with us a little bit as we try to get the bearings here with the setup in the shop.
Don't say
We kind of changed location from the tying area out here to the where this table actually used to be.
Yeah, when we first opened, this is
Yeah.
where the table was.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam has done a tremendous job, and whoever else has helped him in here with rearranging the shop. I just think he's bored to death.
No, it wasn't that. We got to make room. We're going to need
Understand.
another 4-way. So it
Okay.
was like we got to figure out something to fit everything.
It's that time of year where it's like Christmas in January and February with new stuff coming in for 2023, new products. So this week was, well, I guess yesterday, that was some fun stuff. Got some new gear in from Sims.
Mm-hmm.
Some good YouTube videos coming from some new
Yeah.
stuff.
We at least got one size of some things. So the Sims Tributary Regiment Camo Wader came in. And
Good job remembering the color.
the color, you just got to remember the type of camo. So there's like Cloud Veil camo, Veil camo, Riverbed camo,
Rip roaring.
Riparian, Rip Roaring camo. So Shannon thought that was funny. So
Rip roaring.
What was the Rock Creek? Was it like Rock Creek camo or Rock camo or something like that?
I don't
It
know.
came out years ago.
yeah, so but so this wader is regiment camo, and it's a really nice looking camo. It's they took Shannon's advice and said, hey, can you guys please make a camo that is a camouflage that we could wear on our creeks? And basically Shannon was wanting the old jungle camo from like Vietnam. And
Well, they put that camo,
80s.
yeah, the 80s type camo.
Yeah.
That's on the Woodland pack.
Yes.
That camo is.
It looks the same to me, but it's different, I guess.
Yeah.
It's got a different name. So
no, it's totally different.
$249.95 on the Regiment Camo Tributary Waders. And those are available in the online store. Maybe.
FlyShopUSA.com.
FlyShopUSA.com.
Not flyfishusa.com.
Not Flyfish.
flyshopusa.com.
So that's exciting. And Bobby, tell us a little bit about the tributary pack that came in.
It's a pack. Now it's a sling pack. It's new for 23. Oh man, I could go through all the features because I still have them memorized. It's got waterproof, water-resistant material.
Water resistant.
It's 10-liter pack. It's $90. Like,
That's the thing.
I think bang for your buck. It is.
We
it
had a
is solid.
comment on YouTube the other night about Bobby's video on good, better, best, and kind of like that good being entry level stuff. And this guy commented, and I understand it. I've been there, but he was like, "Man, if this is the entry level to fly fishing, I guess I'm just out." It's like, nah, man. I mean, you want to have any hobby these days, it's going to cost you.
I mean, you go buy a set of golf clubs. It's expensive.
I can't buy a whole set right now.
Yeah.
I got to buy them one at a time if I was going to do it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But you know, the tributary pack, $89.95. It's the most inexpensive pack
for the size.
for the size in a fly shop.
Yeah.
So I you know, everybody's got their budget. I'm not going to judge anybody because of their budget.
If I didn't already have a sling pack that I like, I would consider it.
Yeah,
Like it's pretty
it
sweet.
hits all those check marks. So
It's got a big pocket, man. You can put 4 or 5 boxes in it. You know, it's got attachment points. It's got everything you really, really need.
yeah.
It's got enough you can carry for the whole day.
It's
Yeah,
got a
and
net
yeah.
sheath, all that. So
Mhm.
It's got just enough, but nothing like really extra.
And I really like that woodland camo. It's that 80s
Yeah.
style military camo.
yeah.
There's a YouTube video.
Yeah,
Going up
I would
for-
go grab it, but I'm kind of like,
next
there's
week.
a YouTube video going up, so
Yeah,
y'all
Gotta
can go
watch
check
it.
that out.
Be up next
see,
week.
See it. It's like a 4-minute video.
And then so we got that new stuff came in. New belts from Sims, different colors for your waders. So some good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Hats, flies are getting restocked, so we're glad to see that. And then before you know it, Grundon's is going to be here.
yeah,
So
Justin's wearing one of those hats.
Yes.
He couldn't resist.
I
One
couldn't
came in
resist.
and he had to buy it.
the Sims Sun Glow, not to be confused with Blaze Orange.
Happy Halloween.
I like it. I do too.
It's bright.
It's bright,
Happy
like it.
Halloween.
but it does have the black underbrim, which is nice.
It matches
Yeah.
them dunks you got.
Them dunks.
Yeah.
You gonna rock those together?
No,
He
I
doesn't have
got
'em.
I got
You got the
Yeezys on
Yeezys.
today. The reflective ones.
That's
so people
almost
can see
a
me.
Tennessee orange.
Yeah.
I mean, it's close. I
It
mean,
could
it's
work in the
pretty
stadium.
close, man. I think
It's
it would
a-
work in Neyland.
It's yeah, it would work, but it's not the same. I wouldn't have bought it.
It'd work in Neyland.
Roll Tide.
You didn't even think about that when you bought it, did you?
Oh, I did. It
Did you?
reminded me of the Alpine Yellow from Yeti.
That one?
Yeah.
I'd say it's a little different. It did me too, though, when I first saw it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get it out like in a bright light, though, it's a little bit more
Yeah.
neon or
More pop.
Well, keep checking flyshopusa.com as we get this new stuff in. It'll be getting posted up. So I don't think I've turned free shipping off from the holidays yet. So
Go order today.
yeah.
Or whenever you hear this, see if it's still on. You're on your computer right now. Go turn that off.
Let me check.
we got to charge them that $15.
Oh, goodness. So what are we talking about today besides a little football? I know we're going to throw some football in here somewhere. Because Shannon probably doesn't want to talk about it since
Yeah, hey,
his
it is
boys didn't
Hey,
play well. Well, they played well. The defense played well.
defense played well enough to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey,
they-
when you're that
I
good,
guess we'll talk about football.
everybody wants to take you down, man.
Yeah.
You know,
They can
Yeah.
still go. Just buy a ticket.
absolutely.
That's like what's his name? Apple.
Eli,
Eli Apple for the
Bengal Tigers.
Bengals. He said Cancun on 3.
Cancun on 3.
And that was in a reply to like some Josh Allen tweet or no, it's Stephon Diggs. He said Cancun on 3.
yeah.
How'd your boy that you coached in high school do for the bank? Did he have some tackles and stuff?
I didn't look at his stats, but
He was doing his snow angels. We saw
yeah,
him
he,
doing that.
he ran out on the field and celebrated making snow angels for a play he wasn't even in on. So
It's a team
that's
player.
awesome.
It's a team
community,
player.
man.
No, I mean it is a community, and I really hope this is Akeem Davis Gaither. He played at Thomasville, went to Appalachian State, and I coached him his freshman year and beginning of his sophomore year, and he was a player. And biggest thing is he had a good support system, good family. His dad's a college football coach.
Oh, yeah, where?
Oh, if you hadn't asked me,
Pembroke.
no, he was at Ball State.
Oh.
Now he's a special teams coach.
Colorado.
He moved up. I just, it slips my mind.
He's a coach.
No
prime
worries.
now.
No
But
worries.
anyway, so he's gotten better and better. This is his second or third year. He got drafted 4th round, number 59. So he comes in. He makes great special teams plays and had a pick against, who was that last week? Before last
Ravens.
He had an interception against the Ravens. That was awesome to see. It's just really cool to know a kid that you interacted with has gotten to that level, and you might have had some sort of impact on him. He was pretty lazy at first, like his freshman year. I mean, I wouldn't have thought he'd be where he is, but he hit another gear and got
I
there.
was about to say somebody got to him and said, "Man, you
Yeah.
got it. You just got to
That's
do
it.
it."
That's
type
it.
Thing.
That's right. So it's exciting to see for sure. The Bengals, though, they're looking sharp. So
We'll see. Real quick, and we'll stop the football talk. Who's going to win? Everybody, who's got your pick?
who dey?
I'll go first. I think the Bengals are going to win it all. What you think, Dale?
Bengals.
Justin?
Philly.
Philly. What you got, Shannon? Out of the 4 left.
I believe it'd be the Niners and the Bengals, and I believe the Bengals will prevail.
Yeah?
I think they got the quarterback with the moxie. They've got wide receivers that catch the ball. They've got a good running game. They got a good between Mixon and P-Ron
Yeah.
there as well. Good tight end play. Don't turn the ball over. Play good special teams. And I think the 2 complete teams right now that I believe is the Bengals and the Niners.
Why don't you think the Eagles are? Because the Eagles look solid.
They look great.
They did.
I mean, their competition was
but
not
their,
to the
but
same
their
level.
defense.
NFC.
But I believe that the defense of San Francisco will prevail against the Eagles. I just think their defense is just too athletic,
Yeah.
and the weapons that San Fran has on offense, just don't turn the ball over.
So we all picked the Bengals.
So I
That's
really
boring.
No, I would
I
tell
didn't.
you, I've watched.
Oh, you said the Eagles. That's right.
So this year we had the Sunday ticket. Never had it before, so it was nice to kind of go between different games. So I've watched a lot of these teams play, and you get a better appreciation for teams you don't necessarily get to play because of the area you live in there.
Yeah.
And you see the talent. You see how it's all about matchups. When you coach, it's about matchups, and I believe that the way these teams match up, I think that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
Could be, regardless. I think the 4 best teams are there
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
So it's not like, hey, we got this Cinderella. I think you've got the 4 best teams from
Oh,
each
yeah, I think so.
there.
Now, I will say this. If Mahomes wasn't hurt, I'd pick the Chiefs.
And that's the
if he
concern.
hadn't hurt his ankle, I think I would have gone
That high
Chiefs,
ankle
but-
sprain right there, and
Yeah.
the fact that since he's beat them 3 years in a row, or 3 games in a row, they've got a mental edge about them.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. It'll
Yeah.
be fun.
Regardless, should be good.
Well, the Bengals are going to be good for a while. They're signing guys they're kind of like the Braves. They're signing guys to long-term contracts. And man, those coaches genuinely care about those guys. I saw the defensive coordinator come up and hug Akeem when he got that interception down in the end zone. How many defensive coordinators
Go to the end zone.
go give a second stringer a hug when he gets a pick? Down in the end, like that. That's
Sure.
You can tell. Like they care about each other, and it's more than just showing up to the office and
Yeah.
and doing the job. It's a team family mentality up there, and I think those fans deserve it. The Cincinnati community deserves it, and I think it's great for football.
What was the other kid from Grimsley?
Pratt.
That dude played at Clemson in baseball. 340-pound pitcher.
Yeah,
That's nuts. That's a big boy throwing a
is.
baseball.
running a 4.640.
Like,
350.
that is nuts.
Yeah.
But now he's playing in the NFL.
There you go.
Super athletic. Or a 340-pound dude. That's pretty impressive, which I don't know what he weighs now. I think that was in college, so he may be more or less.
Well, fortunately, if the Bengals do make it to the Super Bowl, they backed it up a week, right?
Yeah. It's
So
like 12.
it is not the same weekend as the Cincinnati Buckeye United fly fishing show.
Yeah,
So,
we'll be there.
If you guys are within an earshot of Cincinnati, get over there to the Oasis Center in Loveland. It's an awesome event, one day only on the February 4th. I think it's like 9 to 5. $15. Scouts, if you wear your uniform, I think it's free. But it's a fantastic show. They got all kinds of education going on. George Daniel's going to be there speaking. The podcast is hitting the road, I think.
We're going to try to take it.
We're gonna try.
So if anybody wants to be on the podcast, email us. And if you're going to be at the show,
George Daniel, if you're listening.
We're probably going to grab some vendors and
Yeah.
speakers there and get them on it. But if somebody wants to just be on it and chat with us, by all means, email us and we'll set it up where when you get there, you can hop on the mic with us.
And we'll give a 10% discount to anybody willing to, give Shannon a hard time about the Cowboys. So. It'll be good.
No love.
Taking my entire life, guys.
What did I see the other day? I know we're back on the Cowboy talk, but I saw it was Jalen Hurt, and it said Jalen Hurt was born, played football in high school, played football in college, won a national championship, all that stuff. And
Since the last time the Cowboys won a
since they went to the NFC
NFC,
Championship.
yeah.
It's like, they're rough on it. I'm like, well, they went before the Commanders went because that's been a long time since they've been to the NFC
it has.
Championship. So it's been more than 30 years, I think, now. But
I was in
anyway,
what they call grade school.
Anywho, yes, come out to the Cincy Fly Show. We're going to try to bring the podcast, probably have a little bit of gear there to show. They always have good education stuff.
They do. Fly tying.
Yeah, like they do a good job on that stuff.
George Daniel, I'm sure he'll talk about some casting stuff and, some of the technical things, but I'm sure he's probably going to have a fly tying session too.
Well,
so.
Shannon did that back right before COVID, the last time we were up there.
Last time we was up there,
Shannon and I-
you did one, I did one, and
Yeah,
We
they
were
both
headliners.
Both did a class, and it was cool.
I only counted about 10 people asleep in that room of 200. So
Yeah, it's always a
pretty
good
good.
turnout. It's
that was the
it's
last
a
time
fun
they had the show. So this is the first show since COVID.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm glad to be back. It's going to be packed.
So definitely drive down and check it out. Hopefully there won't be some snowstorm, which they'll still show up.
Up
but
there, they'll still go.
I hope it's not like the apocalypse snowstorm type snowstorm. which-
Snowmageddon.
Yeah, like one of those.
That section of the High River Valley doesn't get too much, right? Like
Aren't they supposed to get a bunch today or
They-
tomorrow or something?
Indianapolis, I think, is supposed to get like 6 to 8 inches, but
Yeah.
that's a lot for them at once because they're so far from the lakes, they don't get that lake effect. But
Yeah, they're not Buffalo where they get 77 inches.
yes,
That's a lot of
Yeah.
snow.
it is.
That's all.
So,
That's a
it is the same weekend. Other things going on. It is the same weekend as the Atlanta Fly Fishing Show, so that is happening in the region. I feel sorry. I'll be honest. I'm just going to say this. I feel sorry for any vendor going to that thing.
Wow.
3 full days. 3
That-
full days
That is a lot.
of standing on concrete.
I mean,
So-
people that work at Lowe's stand on in Walmart stand on concrete
Yeah,
all
but-
day.
I stood on concrete every day for 12 years at the plant.
There you go. All
So,
right.
It's
That'll be
doable.
tough.
You gotta be tough.
I got
gonna
weak
be
knees.
tough.
I
Suck
guess.
it up, Dale.
Yeah.
This is the guy that put a bunch of waiters up yesterday and said he was sore too.
Dude, I couldn't walk last night. I had to work the shop, and I done got soft hands.
Dale said it was rough.
So moved inventory around, making this new stuff fit. And
Did you have to climb on that ladder a bunch to put it up on that shelf?
I used that step stool.
Yeah, and you were able to reach it.
Yeah.
Man,
So
that's daring. I'm glad you didn't fall.
I'm going back down today to shore it up and make sure that nothing falls on the rods. I lost sleep over that last night. So.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh boy.
So there we go.
So what's the main topic?
I thought what we could talk about is the and Keeble,
Oh, he spurred this, didn't he?
our buddy. Well, you and I were kind of talking
We
about it
did.
yesterday, and then we saw it on social media, and I thought, all right, this is it. What do you guys think are the most overused terms, slang, jargon in fly fishing?
And it can be anything. It can be like how you catch a fish, like the terms used for that, or how stuff's advertised. I think that's what we were talking about
Yeah.
a little bit.
No.
So you want me to just go ahead and say the one that me and you talked about?
Yeah, let's do it.
So me and Dale were talking about this yesterday. If you go search online, and maybe we're doing it wrong. So if y'all think we're doing it wrong, let us know. But man, go search a bunch of different fly shops, like their advertising slogans, and not everyone, but a lot of them are like the premier fly shop
Or guide service.
or guide service. Like, how many premier can you be?
Like if there's 10 guide services in one watershed and they all say premier,
Which one's the premier?
right? Like
It's like the
they're-
world's greatest cup of coffee.
Congratulations.
Way to go, you did it, Alpha.
Like, how do you claim you're the premier? Like, what makes you the premier? I want to know, because you see it everywhere. So it's like, I don't understand how, like Dale said, 5 out of 10 shops in the same watershed can be premier fly shop. Not just a premier
Hey.
fly shop, the premier fly shop.
I just searched premier fly shop.
Oh boy.
Now,
Is there actually one called that?
I will say because
Tuckasegee.
Bobby and I have talked about this over the last 9 years. We don't want that word on our website. It's just watered down.
That's it. It's become watered down.
I just Googled it. I Googled Premier Fly Shop. Look at that. Tuckasegee Fly Shop.
Are we on there? How did we get on there?
Number one.
We've never used that.
I think it's because of the search term fly shop, honestly.
And we're close to
Yeah,
it.
but
It's like the
We're on there twice.
We are. We should be on there 3 times. What you doing, Justin? That says
more-
Bryson City and Silva.
Hit more places.
there's no way Wayne's still
I
on
got
there.
you.
What's up, man?
So, yeah, it's watered down, and it's odd to me. Let's see. Let me put Silva in there. Premier Fly Shop Silva. Oh,
we pop up again.
we're still number 1.
It's location based.
How about
'Cause
that?
You're where your computer's sitting.
I'm honored. So,
Anyways, that was one that we've always kind of got a chuckle out of because we've seen it
like
happen.
a
multiple
brand new guide service pops up, like day 1 of operations.
Premier. So I don't know. Maybe we're doing it wrong.
What do y'all think?
Somebody with masters in marketing should let us know. Like, are we doing it? Should we be calling ourselves Premier? I don't know. But it just kind of makes me chuckle when I see it. It's the same thing like what Steve was mentioning on Facebook yesterday about the Pro label on a lot of the
Heinz.
manufacturers now are calling stuff Pro, like Pro this, Pro that, and it's like, if I wear it, does that make me a pro? 'Cause
I don't think that's the case. I think the premise behind that is that your guide quality.
yeah, no, I get
know,
what they're
and
trying to do.
They're trying to play. Okay, this is when we say pro, that it's the value. You're spending more, but it's a better value over time. But it's to the point to where everybody has picked up on.
Well,
pro.
that's it. It's watered down, as Dale said.
Regardless if it's fly fishing or
Yeah.
home improvement, everything at Lowe's is pro. Even if you
That's
get
true.
the free air out there, it's
Even
pro.
the services,
it's
pro
pro
services.
It's
Got that
pro
pro
air.
air.
I park in
so-
pro parking. I'm a professional fishing guide. I park in pro parking.
So I mean, that's where the pro unfortunately has gotten to,
Yeah,
and we're not knocking that pro doesn't mean quality because we all know that in
No.
a lot of cases it does mean quality, but it is thrown around so much.
it's definitely this whole topic's more of like a joke, like
The word
just
has, like,
having
a
fun
stigma
about
around
it.
And
Yeah.
it's like it's like that or pro staff.
Yeah,
And if we say
whatever brand's pro stuff.
Right, if
Those
you-
pro tips from Tuck Fly Shop
Yeah.
are
Oh,
legit.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
legit.
The
There
pro
are
We're all
tip.
professionals.
yeah, because we get paid.
That is the definition of professional, right?
If you're getting
get paid.
If
paid,
you're getting monetized.
We are premier professionals.
so we could have said, "Here's your guide tip." You know, we
Yeah, we could just
we've
call it
done
guide
that.
tip.
You know, but
Sorry,
pro
guys.
was
That's what it is
But-
from now on.
I mean,
Guide tip.
hasn't
10-4.
Sims used the word guide
Yeah.
in place of pro for the last 30 years?
Yeah, they had the guide waiters and the
G3
guide.
guide weight.
right.
The
Yeah,
guide
yeah.
lanyard.
That's right.
Guide hoodies.
And so Orvis went with the
Guide shirt.
pro.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So Orvis went with the pro because no one
Yeah.
else was. When it come to pro, here's the pro waiter versus their guide waiter.
Didn't Steve write pro on his waiter, like with a Sharpie?
He probably put a piece of tape on it.
Have you
I'm
seen
sure.
his, like, I forget what brand it is. He's got like a Coleman or whatever, like their
Yeah.
dense foam cooler, and he wrote Yeti on it with a Sharpie.
My man.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny to like see it. Oh man. Anyway, that's just cool. Another one that gets me is the that I think gets used a lot. It gets used more than just in fishing. This is everywhere. It's across the board. But it's on fire
Oh,
thing.
Ooh,
And
that's
now
a
they
good-
put the little flame emoji thing or whatever it's called.
yeah.
It's on fire.
Justin's hat is fire.
Yeah. Justin's
That's
hat
fire.
is fire.
It's far, son.
It
Somebody
is
looking
fire. So yeah, that one. The fishing is fire.
What about you guys? Me and Bobby have been venting over here. I feel
Yeah.
like obviously we've had something to get off our chest for a while.
Well, it's not that we're getting.
I
It's
mean,
that,
let it out, you
It's
know?
that as owners, we look at this stuff because it's like, how do we present our shop? So you kind of like, it's the whole don't reinvent the wheel, but at some point the wheel wears out. Like, and I feel like some of these terms are worn out.
Yeah.
So it's
Do you feel like if it said professional, pro versus professional?
yeah,
Here's your professional tip.
costs
of the
more to
week.
stitch that on stuff.
But I mean,
Well-
does the term professional carry more weight than the term pro?
I think
If you were reading in an ad,
To an English professor, definitely.
if you were reading in a magazine, a fly fly fishing magazine, and you read something and it said professional guide waiters
Yeah.
instead
it's-
of pro waiter. Which one do you believe has the greatest impact on that reader?
I'd say pro does. I feel like.
Okay.
What do y'all think?
So that's where you go with this.
And that's
You
just
throw
like
the
my
term-
initial
the
reaction.
pro out there.
I don't know if I can explain why, but I just feel like it does.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I think on our site we use best in class.
We use good, better, best. Go watch those YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, I
get all the
mean,
views.
there's ways of saying, and it is all marketing.
Oh, it totally is.
And we have to do it. You know, we have to play that game to promote ourselves, and it's part of business. It's part of capitalism. You just have to do it. But you know, you sort of want to find something that sets yourself apart, and I think there are terms that don't set yourself apart.
Not anymore. Yeah, they may be used to, but no, they don't.
If you think like since we've opened, I mean, gosh, you're coming up on 9 years. It always evolves.
Yeah,
So
and it all come back. Like in 5 years, some terms will come back.
Yeah.
You know, one that was used a lot that has gone away, and at least I don't see it as much. Is, you know, when you caught a big fish, everybody used to say that's a pig. Like, I don't hear that as much or see that
yeah.
written as much on like Instagram photos.
because they got emojis now.
Where did that even start? Where did the pig thing start? Like the big fish is the pig. I don't even know where that kind of
used to be as a
came from.
kid, everything was big as a pig.
Oh, really?
I mean, that was the slang used around. That's as big as a pig. That's as big as a
So
pig.
they just shortened it and said that's a pig.
yeah.
That could be it. Then.
Just like, shorten professional to pro. Instead of as big as it, it's a pig.
Yeah.
We've gotten lazy in the English language where we leave out adverbs and adjectives and everything. Just try
No
to
wonder
get
English
to the
is like
point.
the hardest language to learn.
What's an adverb?
Yeah.
It ends in ly. That's all I know. Most of them do, at least. Yeah, but that's one that like I don't feel like I see as much anymore.
Or a
The
Whopper.
pig. Or Whopper.
Whopper.
Unicorn.
That's a Whopper.
Was that from the 70s? I don't remember the
Yeah, I
Whopper.
remember the
Well,
Whopper.
that's a Whopper there,
That's
guys.
a Whopper. You don't
Ah,
remember
we're bringing that back. That's got to be
the Whopper.
Let's start using Whopper.
Whopper. Man,
Oh,
she
this
was
is a Whopper of a
You
name.
Hey,
didn't know
but
that?
Fly Shop, have it your way.
Hey, but I was about to say, is that like
No
sometime
fries with that?
tagged by Burger King where we can't use Whopper?
Probably.
Ding and fries are done.
Say
Would
Molly
you like
Whopper.
an apple
Molly
pie with it?
Whopper.
If it's
a
outside,
Molly Whopper.
if it's outside the ears, y'all, it's a Molly Whopper.
That's it. Let's call it a Molly Whopper from
Oh,
now
my
on.
gosh.
Check out this Molly Whopper that Jarrett and his client got on the Tuckasegee.
I think it's a humdinger.
And a humdinger. Let's use all those. I love that. Humdinger, too.
Jared
That's
over
a
here going,
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
I'm dead serious, Justin. Put those in.
So,
Done.
what about the term signature? It's a signature series of fly rods.
A lot of
Or
industries use that.
signature. This is our signature waiter. Does signature carry? Once again,
I think
more-
signature is kind of like best in class. Like that's right now a way you can set yourself apart.
Yeah, I think so, too.
another term, limited.
Like limited edition
Oh,
type thing.
Limited.
That's a money racket.
Platinum
So-
Plus.
I mean,
That's the McRib.
I mean, if we start to,
Yeah.
McDonald's has been running that since the
Limited
80s.
time.
Limited time McRib.
Yeah.
Hey, Netflix and
Yeah,
chi-
that's a good one.
Netfish and chill stickers are totally the McRib.
Yeah.
You never know when they're going to come back.
Limited. Yeah, that's a good one.
if you-
That gets used a lot.
those are terms that get thrown out there, and not necessarily in fly fishing, but you will see it in the car industry.
So you'll be like
But that's so the
Messers
since,
Limited Charlie Whopper.
Since you were in the car industry, do you feel like that was a way just to charge a little more for the same car?
So let's
basically?
take like a Lincoln Continental.
yeah,
You know, you would have those different series, but you know, if you get that like signature series, that was supposed to be, you know, the cat's meow, you know, with the vinyl top and just anyway, all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff on it there.
All
but
fun
they,
stuff.
But they would use limited
That's a good
edition, or
they still do, don't
signatures.
they? Which who, is it? Who
Ford.
uses-
Ford
Ford
is
the
limited.
Ford F-150 Limited.
Toyota uses.
I was about to say
limited.
Toyota
Yeah.
uses it, don't they?
There's like
Yeah.
now there's like limited, platinum, titanium.
But why does it
All the
when it's
different-
fully loaded? Why is it called limited?
That's a good thing because it's a limited editions. All I can think. Like they don't make as many. You know,
Well, then
maybe they only make
need to finish that
20,000 instead of 100,000.
But those
LE.
those terms, right?
Yeah.
You know,
But
usually
is it used too much though? Like
exactly. I think in there you just don't pay much attention to it. But if you carried signature into this industry, for instance, this is our signature series fly rod.
Yeah.
Um,
Who says that? Which company is that?
every bass
Nobody I
fishing
know,
rods
I'm
in
just
the
saying.
world.
TFO used to do it.
TFO
I
used
think
to do it?
TFO did.
Yeah, the Lefty Craig signature series.
Yep.
Oh,
that's
it was the actual
Okay, so,
series.
all right,
yeah,
so
okay.
there we go.
I
Yeah.
knew I'd seen it. I just couldn't remember where.
So you see it a lot, like in the conventional fishing world. Like I've noticed that when you go like look at bass rods and stuff,
yeah.
go to Bass Pro. It's like the Bill Dance signature series. It's
Oh,
it's
so
like,
there's a name tied to it.
yeah.
So, same
So-
type of thing like the Lefty Craig
Yeah.
signature.
So
yeah.
it's an endorsement. This is their. And
It's got their
signed
signature
off
on
It's
it.
probably got their signature that's
Is my mic on?
printed on. Yes,
Yeah,
you're
I
good.
can hear
Okay,
you.
Cool.
You're good.
You're just sitting too far away from
I'm
it.
gonna pop my ears.
Matt.
Trust me, you're good.
My bad. Yeah. So that's what. What about you,
wrong.
Justin?
You got one or two or three?
Man, I had one and I lost it. I gotta think about it.
I'll give you one. Tight lines.
I don't feel like that's ever done. That's always good.
Really? I don't like it.
You don't?
No,
Why not?
I just don't like it, man.
Have you never liked it, or you're just
No,
tired of
I've
it?
never liked it.
Why not?
You don't finish your emails with tight lines?
No,
Shit,
I
miss
don't.
her.
I don't like it. I
Tight
don't,
lines,
I
big
don't.
mess.
I don't like
What
it.
What does it say to you that makes you not like it?
I just don't like it.
Yeah,
I mean, it means you got a fish on or you're stuck on a rock.
or
Probably the
tree,
latter.
I've never.
or tree,
been
or your
a-
buddy's cheek. You're-
Tight lines just means nothing to me, man.
And you're like,
I do
walking
not.
across them.
I just don't like it.
All right. Interesting.
So I'm the one that I see tight line. What? Okay. Just say.
I like to say tight lines to the trips going out in the
Yeah.
morning. Like tight lines, guys.
I don't like that.
I've got
I just stand over there and just grin.
Anytime I see Shannon fishing, I'm gonna, like, if I'm driving by and he's on the tuck, I'm gonna be like, tight lines, tight lines.
Number one in my book.
I don't know if is it overused. You think though?
I think it's past its
If you're
prime.
sitting in traffic on 285 in Atlanta, do you think tight lines is overused?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like if this is not your like
everyday life. Yeah, if you weren't in here and hearing Dale scream at everybody,
yeah, tight lines, guys.
You don't hear it as much as it has. In the
That's and then
past.
that's kind of what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Like some things come and go.
I'm glad.
yeah, it's definitely faded.
I'm
some.
glad it's going.
Like I don't know if we signed off on like a blog or email marketing thing. I think I put tight lines.
Yeah,
I think people want to see it sometimes.
I think it's okay. What's another one you could use besides tight lines that kind of says the same thing, like have good luck and catch a fish?
Fish on.
Fish on. That's saying that it's on though.
That's like that's like saying, come on. What you got there for me, good buddy? Come on. It's like some.
Come on now, keep preaching.
That's like some CB radio talk.
yeah. Fish on.
Snowman, what you got up there on the road there for me? Come on.
I do remember. What's the guy that does the funny videos, fly fishing videos?
Hank Patterson.
Hank Patterson. I remember him doing the one where you got to have like your call when you get a fish on, so your buddies all know, and it's like, ah, ham bone, you know. So we still need to do that.
Make that sound again. Shannon's on the phone up here. No, sir, we do not have that signature series. I'm sorry.
We are the premier fly shop in the region. Yes, sir.
Man, I had a good
All right,
one. I'm
tight
so
lines.
mad.
We just had an entire conversation for Shannon with every word we've used today. Our,
No, sir,
our
that's
inventory is unlimited.
That would be a better.
Why don't they use unlimited?
This is the unlimited
They
edition.
do. Jeep does.
They do. That's
They
right.
used to. Why don't
Yeah,
they
the 4-door was called the unlimited.
Yeah.
Shannon's plugging his ears. He's like, can't y'all just hit pause?
Oh goodness, he's over there thinking hard.
Gotta be quiet.
So, anyways, those were some. I know there's probably more if I really thought about it hard, but
I had a good one.
and you
said-
forgot it
Yeah. Then you's like, that's a pig, and that left me.
because that's how hard you like that phrase. That's a pig.
No.
You like it? No,
I don't use it.
you like cooking
Was it
pigs.
forgotten?
I like cooking pigs. Yeah.
Time flies.
Set.
Set.
Forgotten. It seems like.
Oh,
whenever
yeah.
Not when I got
Mend,
set.
set.
It's funny. I would.
No, that indicator will be like 4 foot under the water. I'm like, set.
Yeah.
Set. Set. Set.
Ham bone.
I've noticed that when I call hook sets, if you fish with me, you know it's probably different every time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll like set, right? Like that's the obvious the main one. you
Industry
could say.
standard.
Industry.
Yeah.
That's another one, good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes there's been days where it's like boom, 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 set, boom. Then there's like
There it is.
I think from now on, instead of yelling set, you need to train yourself to yell ham bone, and that's the set word.
I've probably used it before.
Like tell them before you start the day, like, hey, when I yell ham bone, you said it.
It's like your safe word.
Yeah.
Ham bone. Ham bone.
Pineapple.
What can you yell to get people to set the hook? Pineapple.
Man, I had a.
Hey, everybody out there, when you go fish with your buddy or a family member, start doing this. Yell pineapple when you see them hook something. Like they got a good drift going, and you see that bobber just kind of move. Yell pineapple.
Man,
See
I
what they do.
had a client. I was like, set. Finally, I was like, "Are you gonna set the hook? Pick up." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah."
So, did you teach them beforehand how to set the hook?
I did, and I even said,
Did you tell him pull it upstream?
"Yes." Man, that's like, don't start.
Somehow you failed. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's always the guy's fault. It always is.
I dropped the ball.
That is our motto. It's always the guy's fault.
Yeah.
It always is.
The customer's
Because-
always right.
Well, a lot of times I do feel like the clients just didn't know, and it's like, oh, I should have told you
No.
that 10 minutes
What I
ago.
tell you yesterday, you don't know what you don't know.
That's
right.
it. So
Shannon's pro tip yesterday that we posted on YouTube and social media, I honestly had never heard before.
That just blows my mind.
So here's the funny thing. I've seen you do that in the shop where you start at the butt section and move
Yeah.
up the rod. And I've always wanted to say something to you. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to say anything to you.
Should have told me, man.
For like 9 years now, I've watched Dale put rods together from the butt section to the tip instead of the tip to the
It
butt
probably would
section.
have saved Justin a rod tip in that door that time if you'd have told me.
No, that thing was gone. But yeah, I've watched you do it. No, it's one of those things that like it really doesn't make a big difference, but it does make a difference. I guess
Yeah.
it is a little easier. But that's funny. Hey, after that, I told him about the first time we fished together, and you had your reel where the line came off the top, not the bottom, like 15 years ago,
Hey, man. You know,
or whatever that was. It's probably more than 15 years.
Yeah,
now,
it
but
was. Well,
Man.
Thought it was funny. Hey, it worked. You caught fish. I'll give you that.
yeah.
There's no bow in the line, when it comes off the reel. To
Y'all
that
talk
first
about
guy.
tie lines. There it is.
He was urine nymphing before it was big. He
Before
was
it was
like,
cool.
this keeps all the slack out.
Man,
That's it. Oh goodness.
Well,
What other
yeah,
terms?
check-
old uranymphing.
Are there any other terms? Is uranymphing worn out?
Mm.
That term? Tight line nymphing, uranymphing? No?
We
No
hear it a
different.
lot. I hear it
It's
a
no
lot.
different than dry fly or streamer fishing.
10 cars. It's another tool belt, right?
Yeah. So. Man, I wish I knew which one you were thinking about before we.
Man,
I'm interested
it,
now.
It was a good one. I used a lot of brain power to get that, and then I lost it. Because I sit back and think about like words and phrases and stuff I see like on social media all the time.
yeah.
And there was one, and fire. Like that's fire. That's a good. I see that all.
That's fire.
That's fireable.
The fishing was
It's
fire.
18 degrees
today.
outside in the Smokies, and somebody's saying
Man,
the
fishing
fishing
fire.
is fire.
Fishing's
No,
fire.
it's not. If it's 18 degrees, it is not. Do not fish Deep Creek.
You are
if it's 18.
freezing.
It's cold.
It's ice cold.
So I had another topic.
What are you doing,
Oh, dude, here's that pack.
bro?
No, that's for YouTube. Don't spoil the surprise.
I'm gonna have to blow
Man, we
that
gotta-
out now.
We got a teaser
I
video
just turned around.
and
That
a,
pack was right there.
I'm gonna have to like censor that out of the video now.
yeah.
Top secret.
So the topic I thought of that we could talk about for just a few minutes is we actually talked about this yesterday.
Okay.
During the winter, the worst fall because of the cold that you had, where you're like, oh my
Oh.
god, this is cold. Justin has a really good one
Man.
where his shirt basically turned ice.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first to tell.
I'm
that.
not. Yeah. I'll say I'm. So I can't remember. I don't remember if we were on the Upper Nantahala or the West Fork, but I was fishing with a couple of my buddies. This is back years ago, like when we first got back into and I got back into fly fishing like seriously,
Yeah.
probably like 10 years ago or so, and we were. And this one was, it didn't matter, rain, sleet, snow, shine. We were there because we're committed. We're gonna do this. And this one of those deals. It said it's gonna be like 28 that day. I'm like, that's gonna be cold, but it won't
That's
be
in
that-
downtown Waynesville, though, probably.
Yeah. Mind you, we're not meteorologists or anything, but it's also, like in the wintertime, how you'll have the high at like 2:00 in the morning, and then it just gets colder all
Throughout the day, yeah.
Yeah. So by the time we were fishing, it was like 17 degrees downtown Waynesville, and so we go up there, and me being graceful
Hey, just send that over, Shannon.
Graceful as I am, I just kind of like slid and sat down on a rock, and there we go. But it was so cold whenever I stood up, like my had on like a normal hoodie,
Yeah.
and it just started freezing. Like the whole arms of it started freezing, and like just turning to ice. And it was, I thought I was going to die that day.
How far were you from like the car, like warmth?
200 yards.
So you weren't too far, but enough that
Yeah.
you felt it.
Well, I mean, I had like my waders on and I had my belt, but I had that ice water, glacier water, like
Glacier.
like I'm sitting in I'm
That
like
blue
walk-
water.
Yeah, that's some high quality glacier water. But I mean, so I was over knee deep in this like freezing cold water. Like my body, don't wear cotton.
Yeah.
That's like the
Yes.
I wore a cotton hoodie, so it
Oh,
froze to me, and it just like stuck, and it just ice just immediately.
Did you have a change of clothes?
Huh?
Did you have a change of clothes?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
I didn't have a change of socks.
That's all right.
That's a doozy.
But
That's all right.
it's one that I just like get back in the truck and just sit there for a minute because my feet felt like they were like this big. I couldn't feel any of the pedals. But that was probably the coldest fall I've had.
Yeah, when your sweatshirt turns to ice after you fall in, that's not a
Yeah.
good thing. I don't know. That maybe insulates you because does ice get colder than 32 degrees?
No.
Like it's because that's the reason
According
they
to
do it.
Yeti, they got 0.
Well,
They got them ice packs.
I mean, that's the reason they run the sprinklers like on the citrus farms in Florida is because it holds it at 32
Yeah.
degrees, right? So if your sweatshirt, man, you were warm, 32 degrees. It was 17.
I-
So
I-
technically the
I
ice was
vividly
helping.
remember that day and I was not warm. Like my beard was like trying to ice over my, it was not warm.
So Shannon, we switched topics to the new topic of what's the worst winter fall you had where you about froze to death because you fell in.
Just
I don't know if you got one.
Is this a classified document? I mean, what?
So we're telling our stories of falling in the winter and how bad it is.
Nah, yeah, I don't
So-
recall.
You never fell in during the winter?
I try not to fall.
Well, I try
think-
not to
I
either.
mean, I try not to.
Yeah, I tell you what I have done,
What?
but before having waders, I have waded Cataloochee in the wintertime when I was a kid, just in jeans and stuff, and it.
Jeans.
But you just don't. Yeah,
That's a boy that grew up in the mountains.
You Levi's and you just go fish,
right.
and you go there and you got family in the campground over there, and you stand by the fire just to warm up. But
Jeez.
it's sometimes though the water's warmer than the
Yeah. Than the
than
air. Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's what
Oh.
got me. The water was like 35, but then the air temp was like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we've done that. I honestly can't recall.
But you've never fallen in and had like water go down your waders during the winter.
No. I've been very fortunate. And
So I
try
did
to
it
be
once.
You
careful.
are a blessed man.
What I do though, that's where that waiting staff. They just move slow. Just take
Yeah.
the time. Don't get myself in a situation there.
I've only fell once during the winter, and it was on the tuck, and it was before we owned the fly shop, years before we owned the fly shop. And it was me and Justin. We were up here fishing. Our buddy, not this Justin, but our buddy
Not me.
Justin. And I was walking upstream just above the island at the church there, and my toe caught a rock.
Oh, boy.
You're walking into
Yeah.
it, and I just face planted completely. Everything.
Also
Yeah.
refer to YouTube video.
Yeah. The
There's
coldest
a video of this?
No,
The
he's talking about
coldest
his-
that I've
his way to
been
do it.
though in the winter is I've been in a tree stand and it just
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
So I fall
yeah.
down and my wader's completely just about filled up. Like it was.
Yeah.
So it was. It's not like, and I wasn't far from the car, like 100 yards. But when your waders are full, as we saw with Dell, you don't move fast.
I don't
Like,
move
it's hard
fast
to
anyway.
I believe that the hardest part of that though, obviously you got an instant change in temperature. Is it takes your breath away.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, just
Absolutely.
it changes it takes your breath away, and then I can also see maybe that factor of like, oh boy,
yeah.
like your body just goes into this mode, like, oh boy, it's a fight or flight mode that you kind of go into.
So I'm trying to walk to the bank with full waders, which is, not
Yeah.
easy, and you're freezing, like to the point where you can barely hold your fly rod, right? Because your hand's so cold.
You're just like shaking. Yeah.
You're shaking. So I get over there, and I could barely get my shirt off to change. Luckily, I had to change of clothes. Thank
Yeah.
God.
Always have a change of clothes.
Yes, especially in the winter. You don't need them in the summer. You can deal, but
You can drip dry.
it's always nice to have a change of clothes even in the summer if you get
Yes.
wet. But man, just to like get everything off and get new stuff on was painstaking. Like I can't imagine if I had to walk out of like the park or something,
Sure.
like a couple miles. Like I probably would have had hypothermia easily.
Yeah.
So Yeah, that was mine. Luckily, I was close. And I'm like Shannon now. It's like, take it easy. There's no reason to fall in the winter.
Yeah.
During the summer, it's like, whatever.
I just quit
fall.
fishing in the winter.
Yeah. You just quit. Justin
ain't
told me
doing
the other
that
day,
again.
he said, man, I haven't fished in a while because I hate putting on waders.
I hate them.
I mean, that's just about where I'm at. Just like it's just too
Yeah.
cold. Just I'm staying in.
I'll drink coffee and sit in the house.
And smoked meat.
And smoke meat from my iPhone. Do you have that where you can just use your
Okay.
iPhone?
It's called JP's Meat Warmer.
JP's.
Hey, this is kind of going back to the last topic, but I just thought about another most overused term in fly fishing.
Oh, yeah, what is it?
Private property, no trespassing.
That's just joking, y'all. That's just joking.
I do like that one. That's a brilliant one.
Private
All right.
That's
water.
overused.
Private water.
Dang
Purple paint. Purple paint means you can, right?
Oh Lord.
Did you ever fall in the winter, Dale? Do you remember if you did? I remember the one where you jumped in from the hornet's nest, but that wasn't during the winter.
That was wet wading. I think I've always tried to be very careful in the winter when it comes. I guess March, that time with Mike and Tim, we were floating. Yeah, that was cold. Remember?
Oh, yeah, where you went under the boat
I fell
because the
hit-
boat
I
like drug you.
I stepped on a sheet of bedrock out here on the tuck, walking the boat back to the bathroom stop. And I was walking it to the bank, and right there off Dillard Road, I hit there's probably like a 8-foot rock that was just bedrock, so it's super slick, and just whoop went parallel. But I went under the boat because I was at the back. I still got one hand on the rail, but I can feel that we're moving, and I'm fully underwater for like. I would say it was probably like it felt like 8 seconds. I know it was probably 4,
Yeah.
but it was a cold day.
Was it one of those things where you stand up like nothing happened? Like they didn't see you, and you were like,
We're good. We're good.
we're good. They didn't see me.
Are y'all good? Because I'm good. What are y'all looking at?
I was dropping anchor back here. You're fine.
I was the anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's probably it. You know, but the trip went on. Has wearing the wader belt, so I had water up to my calves, and in the waders, sitting down rowing the boat. And that water kind of took on like my body temp water, right? So like that water kind of warmed up. At least that's what I kept telling myself. So
So you just went the rest of the day with water in your waders.
yeah,
You never like
Ugh.
laid down on the bank and tried to dump them or anything? No, you just
we going down the river, boys. So yeah, that's pro status.
that's pro. Did you have pro waders on?
I did. G3.
Okay, you had the guide wader, not the pro wader.
Not pro waders, guide waders.
I actually thought the other day I had that phone call from that gentleman. And he was asking me why anybody would run in the water. There's a long story behind this phone call, but anyways, one of our employees mentioned something about having to run through the river, and he's like, "I don't understand why anybody would have to run through the river." And I laid out a couple of examples, like if somebody's netted.
You
a
see that
fish.
snake coming across the river? You run.
I'm running like a bat out of hell.
After I hung up with him, I was like, "Oh, I should have shared that story of when Dale hit his head on that hornet's nest because he ran across the water
Yeah, I walked on water.
and then dunked himself under." I was like, "There's a reason you run across the creek is when you hit a hornet's nest." So there's several reasons to move quick in the water.
Flashbacks.
So
Private property and buckshot.
Agile, mobile.
yeah, private property and buckshot gets you running.
Yes.
So, anyways, do we have a fishing report this week? I know we were talking to a customer yesterday. He was having luck on, did he say perdigons?
Yeah.
Green and olive perdigons we're working with. That's actually something Anthony mentioned in here that he was having luck on too. So that's been a good fly. You're still probably going to have some BWO action, I would imagine, on certain days.
Yeah.
Maybe not every day, but certain days to get a little sunlight or something like that, a little warm up. And I mean, the temperatures for the next week or so it's not super, super cold, which is nice.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
been a mild winter so far. I
Yeah.
mean,
Other than
December
that
was
little
crazy.
December crazy.
Kind of like 1 week of cold.
Yeah, that 4-day snap in December was pretty frigid.
Yeah, for the
but-
most part, even today, I think we're supposed to get to 55 before it gets.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, it's going to be cold.
Yeah,
High of 38, and I think that's probably at midnight.
yeah.
So
So
lovely.
overall, though, for the next week and a half, the temperatures aren't terrible. Pick and choose your day a little better because of sun or rain or whatnot. But
Monday 60.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I tell folks all the time, pay attention to the weather forecast. Almost more than the stream flows. So
yeah, so
and your elevation.
When Cincinnati showtime, it's like low 20s.
Yeah, let's
And
not
highs,
talk
highs,
about that. For
highs in the like 40.
I'm glad
Yeah.
Top Golf's got heaters.
Oh, Top Golf is great.
I've never been to Topgolf.
We're going
Ever.
We made a reservation.
Friday night.
They got good food too, Justin.
They've not,
Tater tots.
their menu
I like tater
has
tots.
declined. It's not as expansive as it was. They've like narrowed it down. I
They've
guess.
got the only one I've been to
Got rid
down
of the
in
junk.
Charlotte. That
Yeah.
The food is.
You didn't go. Oh, that's right. You went to the concert.
I went to the concert.
That's right, with your buddy from
Me
the
and
Navy.
David went. You guys.
So
thought I
we
was
got a
going.
bay up there at Topgolf, Westchester, in Ohio. So while we're up in the Cincinnati area,
Yeah.
so
But-
if you want to come see what Charles Barkley's swing looks like, come on.
No Happy Gilmores.
I've got an awesome slice. I'm just
I was telling Dale the other day. I saw a video of the automatic driver. Have y'all seen this at all? So it's a driver, and it doesn't look like it's a crazy looking driver head, but inside it's got a pin that's probably a little bigger than a golf ball. That when you hit a button on the handle, this pin shoots out the side and hits the golf ball like a regular drive, right? And I was like, oh, I'm getting one of those, and I'm going to hide it and pull it out when we get to Topgolf. And then I looked it up, and it was $1,000, and I was like, I ain't getting that.
You
Think
about
about
to-
how many bets that would win you, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's holding you back, Bobby.
$1,000 for the golf
back.
club.
That's all that's holding you
For a
back.
gag give or gag thing, yes, that's too much. If it was like $200, I'd consider it. Because then I'd just resell
What'd
it
be great
online
is
for
if-
$100 or something.
As if you knew he had done that and got that exploding golf ball. That thing just shattered that ball.
They'd close that place down, man. Domestic terrorism.
Oh, but yeah, the guy's at Topgolf and uses it, dude. And I mean, it is like dead nuts straight, like
yeah.
perfect drive. Like it is. I was like, oh,
Well,
I
just-
need that.
Justin, I will tell you this: 80% of the people at Topgolf
Yeah.
don't ever golf.
Oh no, it's like bowling. It's
These
golf
balls,
bowling.
man, these balls are going everywhere. And then you hit one shot, and you're like, "Oh man, I just nailed that." Then the next swing, you're like,
It's just like playing golf, Shannon.
don't get
That's how I feel on the golf course.
You
That's a
know,
normal day on the golf course. It's like a hole number 7. Oh, okay, I'm starting to get this. Hole number 8, I shot a 15.
Pro status.
Do you remember the driving range on 209?
"Oh, down there, it's Iron Tree."
Yeah, I hit
Iron-
one across the road into the fairgrounds parking lot.
Oh
one
my
time.
gosh.
It went like 400
Oh,
yards.
Doesn't
oh,
say
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Doesn't say a lot about your drive, Justin. It just
No,
says more
I have
about
a
that
bad
driving
flight.
range.
Well, because you were
No,
hitting the
to
ball.
do that, you have to like.
It has to
Slice
go.
it big time.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you were hitting like it was going toward the truck stop,
Yeah.
and 209 was on your right hand side, so he had to hit it that way.
it was like, boom.
So you put a little move on the ball.
Oh,
English.
You put a little English.
Yeah.
A little Beckham. You bent it. Bent it like Beckham.
Justin should
I
have
played
turned.
baseball.
He should have been turning, trying to hit it to the Junaluska Dam,
So
where the ghost.
it was a joke. Like and it's only when I hit on like a driver, I can
Yeah.
hit like a 7-iron or a 9-iron,
Yeah.
and I'm okay, and it'll go straight. But like I bought the driver when I was playing golf. I bought the driver that like would help correct the slice, and then instead of lining up straight on the tee box,
You
sometimes
turn a little.
I would kind of
yeah.
caddy a little bit.
Shot shaping.
Yeah, you're shaping it.
And I mean, it had like this beautiful. It just boom, just kind of curve, and then kind of just roll right back in.
We've all hit those.
I mean, it's like every drive for me.
That's my miss is to the right. It always does that when
Yeah.
I hit a bad shot.
Apparently, I keep my like
About every-
hands in.
Every
Well,
second, third, and fourth shot looks like that for me.
Y'all have fun.
Yeah, hopefully.
we thank everybody for listening to this G3 Guide Tactical Pro signature episode.
Limited edition.
Limited edition.
Limited.
Premiere.
And
podcast.
it was it was on fire.
And it's
This
classified.
was fire, boys. It was good. So, anywho, hopefully to see some of y'all in Cincy who's out there listening. Come by. Like I said, email us if you want to be on the podcast, man. We'd love to have it. We'll have an extra mic so anybody can sit down.
Mike.
Adam's going with us. He's gonna be the booth man while we're on the podcast. He doesn't like being in front of the camera as much, so we might coerce him to talk a little though. Maybe we'll see. Anyways, anywho,
Really?
he's got some good gun range stories. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
when he used to work at the gun range. Anywho, anything else?
All hearts and minds clear.
I was about to say it. As Dale says, are all hearts and minds clear? So
It's overused. It's played,
yeah,
guys.
it's played out.
That's over. Yeah.
See y'all.
Bye.
That wraps up another exciting and informative episode of the Tuckcast with a splash of bourbon, presented by Tuckasegee Fly Shop and Guide Service, located at 3 Depot Street, Bryson City, North Carolina, and 530 West Main Street, Sylvan, North Carolina.
Good laugh, boys.
Be sure to visit www.tuckflyshop.com for For streamflow information, book a guided trip, or even shop for your favorite Tuckasegee Fly Shop gear.